Hey everyone, what's going on? I'm back. Sorry for the hiatus. Um, I haven't been on YouTube due to just a few circumstances with, you know, essentially I came back from the UK, did my bodybuilding show in the UK. I'll do a video on that later on, how I think the UK shows ran, etc. Um, Came back pretty much head first straight into a new job on top of my other job. So two jobs on top of studying for exams in December was and basically was training once, twice a week if I was training at all. I think I went 10 times within my 10-week break from the gym. So basically, I'm back now. I'm back bodybuilding. Bodybuilding's become more of my life again. I just had to extradite myself from the scene, which I'm sure if any of you have competed understand. So essentially, my video is going to be a investigation, not even an investigation, just a little discussion on what I think is going to happen. This a little talk about the Pro League and the separation between the IFBB Pro League and the Amateur IFBB and what that means for Ireland coming ahead. So essentially, um, prior to this year, we have had the RBBF as the associated federation to the IFBB. You win your nationals, you get the honor of representing Ireland in the Europeans in the Arnold Classic, various other pro qualifying shows, but as anyone is aware that, it was an Irish organization ran by the Irish. Ireland's a small country, everyone knows everyone, so it is hard to be impartial. Add that into the fact that the RBBF never offered a pro card status, and I believe that was rightly so. I don't think the standard was high enough to do so. Now, last year, due to an event that happened at the Amateur Olympia, at the Olympia in Las Vegas, due to some dispute between the NPC and the IFBB International League, the Amateur League, ran by Rafael Santoa. Jim Mannion has decided to oversee the creation of the IFBB Pro League, and with that, the creation of various new IFBB Pro qualifying events globally, which are now completely separated from the IFBB Amateur League. So therefore, the RBBF will not be giving you the ability to enter into pro qualifiers, if that makes any sense. Now, there is actually a pro qualifier that course set, as I will show you on the phone. It's backwards probably because it's fucking. Essentially, what that says is, I'm reading it here. It's on the Saturday, the 14th of April, 2018. It is the John Lindsay's Muscle Contest, Ireland. Now, John Lindsay is a big NPC promoter in the States. He helps provide various NPC shows with venues and runs them fairly well. Now, what the big difference is the first Irish show where there was going to be 6 pro cards awarded. So there was going to be the men's physique, women's bikini, men's bodybuilding, women's figure, classic physique, and women's physique. Along with the fact that it is all going to be followed up with a 2-1-2 pro show. So essentially, if the winner of the IFBB bodybuilding is good enough to be wins the show and is under the weight limit, he can enter straight into a 2-1-2 pro show the same day. Now, why am I making this video, you ask? I think this is going to be a polarizing show, and I'll tell you why. Because essentially in Ireland, with bodybuilding going on, there is a lot of egos. There's a lot of, I think I'm a good bodybuilder. I think there's a lot of people who have this inflated self-sense of who they are. And, it's due to a big social media following. People know you're a big fish in the whole pond scenario. What is important about this show is it is, like the two pro shows, which are going to be there for them in the UK, like that, there's going to be There's no discrimination between prior organizations. You can just enter in anytime you want, and you can go for the show if you want to go for the show. What this means is that you're going to get guys who are going to be coming over from international waters. They're going to be coming over from the UK. They're going to be coming over from wherever else, thinking Ireland is going to be an easy shot at turning pro. Because obviously, in the UK, it's a high playing field. But obviously, the biggest thing about this is that judging is going to be international IFBB judges. So there's going to be no Irish judging. If it is anything to go like the Two Bros Pro events, it's going to be ran like a proper IFBB show should be ran. So you're not going to have any fucking clients with, competitors with their coaches in the judging panel. And even if they're impartial, it's the fact that they're there. You shouldn't be having it. The judges should be impartial. And essentially, I think it's going to set a lot of Irish bodybuilders into place. Because I mean, look, I went to the UK. I got bet by the guy who came first. Wasn't even from the UK. The guy who came first in juniors was from South Africa. Um, that kind of shows like abroad there is a better genetic talent, a pool of genetic talent, combined with when you're the big fish in a small pond. Essentially, when you win Mr. Ireland, okay, you think it's great. Okay, you're Mr. Ireland, you have the title. Would you do well on a pro stage? No, you wouldn't, and I'll tell you why. Because you've won out of such a small pool of people that it's not as high quality standard. However, with this pro qualifying event, I think it's going to go a few ways. Number one, it's going to you're going to get an Irish guy who wins. Okay, let's just say none of the international guys come over. No high level pro from the UK comes over, and let's say someone wins from Ireland, who would be a big fish in a small pond situation. Certain bodybuilders placing high at the Europeans come over, and certain past winners of the RBBF winning, and certain past winners of NABA winning, whatever, certain Irish winners turn pro, but they do well as a pro. No, I don't think so. I think if it ran out in that scenario, it's going to be a bad scenario. You're going to get guys who think they're going to have the inflated ego to turn a pro, and then they're going to get thrashed in the pro league. Because it's going to be like jumping from this to that, in terms of the level of standard. Now, the more likely scenario is you're going to have a mix of nationalities. So you're going to have the UK guys, you're going to have guys from wherever else coming over to compete and try and turn pro. So therefore, the depth is going to be a lot of higher quality. Therefore, the winner is going to have rightfully earned a place. Now, in bodybuilding, there's going to be different classes. It's not going to be the winner of each class, it's going to be the overall winner. There's only going to be 6 pro cards awarded. Same with bikini, same with physique, it's going to be the overall winner of each class given a pro card. So therefore, it is going to be the rightful winner in each category is going to turn pro. Do I think that the Irish will have the capability to turn pro? Yes, but only if they're good enough. I mean, because look, conditioning wins you shows, but the level that the Irish people brings in terms of conditioning is up there. Look, I know Irish guys who get shredded to the bone, but what Irish guys don't have genetically is the shape necessarily. Size, yes, but they may not have the shape and the structure to place well in these pro qualifying events and turn pro. I mean, Blessing was our first real IFBB Pro bodybuilder. But genetically, he's not Irish. Vinnie Crane, pro bodybuilder, classic physique. I'm not going to put that in the class of open bodybuilding. Um, you know what I mean? It's like it's going to weed out who the best of the best really are. So I think it's going to be good in that sense. Um, like the problem is with the other like in the other Irish shows, okay, standard was lower. Therefore, you could turn up in subpar condition. And place. I mean, I placed. I was in subpar condition. I mean, there was guys placed in classes, weight classes, night classes in subpar condition just because the standard was lower. But now you get those guys entering into this show, and if the judging is anywhere where it is, you're going to get guys placing last because you're going to be against guys who are in condition and have the size and shape. So you're going to have to look utterly. You're going to have to be on the money to win your class, never mind win the show. So yes, I do think it's going to set some of the Irish athletes in their place, despite the social media following, despite the Instagram accounts, despite how many people, support them. It's going to show who the best of the best are. Um, and the fact that it's right at our doorstep, hopefully it goes on beyond this year. Um, and I hope this show does go well because, look, I mean, look, never mind having an amateur show, it's going to be the Ireland's first pro show. We haven't had a pro bodybuilding guest pose since 2013. So, I think it's going to be entertaining to watch a pro show as well. I mean, and the 2-on-2s, as we know, it's more in depth than the open class in many ways. They come in gnarly, they come in hard, and they come in conditioned. So it's going to show you what the standard of pro level bodybuilding is as opposed to what we have currently. I think it's going to push guys to push themselves harder. I think it's going to push guys to want to compete at a higher level. But it is truly and once and for all going to weed out who the best of the best are. And I think it's going to, as I said, it is going to shut down a lot of egos in terms of bodybuilding and in terms of the shit talk, in terms of whatever's going on. I think it's just going to be show it for what it is as a bodybuilder. Um, and lo and behold, an Irish guy beats some international guys and turns pro. Fair play to him. All the best. I hope it happens. I hope it happens, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. Even in the north of Ireland, the standard of bodybuilding is fairly in depth up there. I mean, you have guys from NABA, like who are, universe class winners. You know, various guys who do very well up there, who might come down and enter in this. So the Irish guys, the Republic of Ireland guys, are going to have to be on the money to be placed well at these shows. Um, but for their sake, I hope it happens. For Ireland's sake, I hope it happens. I want Ireland to be a country with more professional bodybuilders. But I just don't think Ireland has the talent pool to put out that many of a high level as of yet. But with this new pro show being in Ireland, I think it's going to allow the people who have it to turn pro. And that's all I think is going to happen. So it's going to shut down egos. It's going to weed out the better competitors. And, like, don't get me wrong, I still think people are going to do the Miss Ireland's in October just because of the title. It's an honor to have the title. But at the same time, this is the first route for an Irish guy to turn pro. I just think a lot of guys are going to go into this show with a lot of high expectations. They're not going to realize they're going to come against someone who's come across from abroad or something, and if they're good enough to win, fair enough. But a lot of guys are going to go in with high expectations to this show, and they are going to get shut down because it's not going to just be against your mate in the gym in the next county over. It's going to be against guys who have been training, who want that fucking pro card. So see what happens. That's all. I will try and post more videos and hope you like the review. And I hope you like, I will record the show. Hopefully, I'll be there to watch. Not competing until 2019 myself. So, need to get bigger. I have time. So we'll see what happens. And it'll just be a higher quality show to enter in. So that's it.